Hello. Happy 6th day of January 2021. And happy new beginnings, and happy new growth, and happy new cycles, and happy new time. Happy new day to create and play and to see what wants to be received, expressed, and known today. Just been sleeping a lot this week, catching up on some rest and just listening to my body and doing my best. To be with what is and to be with what will be and with what wants to be, with what wants to be expressed, with what wants to be released, with what wants to be held, with what wants to be freed, with what wants to be included, what wants to be what wants to be with me, what wants to be invited, what wants to be created, what wants to be freed. And so, just taking the time and the opportunity and the gift of rest and regeneration and relaxing and letting it go to be in the flow of what I think I have to know or have to be or have to see or have to create or have to be obligated to. And just letting go, knowing that it's all right now, right here. It's all right now, right here. And so just let go. And just the last couple days I have been extra tired. And so I've just been letting myself nap and take naps and go to bed when I'm tired. And so imagine that. Because I used to have the biggest struggle with that. For some reason, I would always sabotage myself with not getting enough sleep and taking care of me. And so I've been choosing to allow that for myself. And I am blessed because I'm able to do that and to choose that for myself. And I'm grateful for that. And so, just been sleeping a lot. I've had a bigger appetite lately, which has been interesting because usually I don't get hungry during the day, but I've been more hungry. I've been more, just feeling maybe that's helping me to get grounded, or it's giving me some nourishment that my body is needing. And also, just the extra sleep, just kind of winter rhythms and patterns and things that go along with that cycle, for regeneration and renewal and survival in certain ways. This with the shorter days and the longer evenings, or the longer periods of darkness. Sometimes our body does some interesting things where it's okay, sleep a little more or eat a little more, or it's just kind of interesting, the way things are in flux sometimes, and the way they go, or the way the energy wants to go or move or be expressed and come through. It's just working with those things and allowing myself to be as I am, and to respond and to pay attention to what I need. So taking care of me, self-care, self-love, and for my whole being, for my well-being that I choose and I get to receive for me. So all good things. And I wanted to share a little bit about the New Year's Day gathering that I was able to attend, and to be there to contribute and to receive the group's energy and the group's offering, and my friend who facilitated the group beautifully, her gifts that she has to share and offer and be. And that was a really nice way to start the new year, to show up and be with community, be in community, and be of good cheer and well-wishing and well wishes for everyone and everyone that's dear. And the spirit of love, expressing love, being love, for the sake of being love, and being love for ourselves, being love and living in love and embodying love and freeing love and choosing love and giving love and receiving love, being love, sharing love, and experiencing the gift of that love, and how it is continuity, and it's never ending, and it's inexhaustible, and it is and makes up all things. That spirit of love and that spirit of life, which is really amazing and awesome, and just being who we are, being the love we are, all the love we are. And yeah, I have a few things here that do relate, although, yeah, always, because all things relate, all things are related, all things, yes, all things relate. Relationship, through that relationship with ourselves, that relationship with life that we have, that relationship with God and love that we do have, through being ourselves, through, expressing our love, through sharing that love, through giving that love, through receiving that love, offering that love, being that love, welcoming that love, inviting that love, focusing on love, on what love really is, what love holds, what love gives. And so that giveaway ceremony, that was very beautiful. And it was interesting too, like listening to all of the people that were there share a little bit about the gift that they brought and the meaning behind like the gift, why it was meaningful to them, why they brought it, like to offer and give back or give away to someone else, like to appreciate and see and honor that value that the gift of that love holds and is, and what it gets to be as it's given new life and it's renewed. Yeah, and that's just too cool to me, just in so many ways. And yeah, I got to give away a beautiful heart stone, and I just thought, wow, isn't love just perfect, the way that love is, and the way that love gives, and the way that love receives itself, and just like blown away by that deep profoundness and these gifts that we get to give and be and share and receive and offer and freely release with love, for love, through love, in love, and with love. All those things. Well, things aren't just things. Sometimes it's the meanings that we give them, and the symbolic, truth in them, and all of that. And so, yeah, it was just very meaningful to be a part of that and to offer what I had to give. And it felt good, and I was glad to receive the gifts that were offered and available. And we did this little meditation with the sun mirror, and I love that. This is the mirror that I got, and I have a few of these that I've given out myself, like, because I just love the circle and the symbol of the sun and the symbol of the self and all of that. So we did a 10-minute meditation, just looking into the mirror and just being with ourselves, and just some interesting things came up, and it was just I realized too, like, what deep work and what great work I've done on loving myself, and in loving and through loving myself, and showing up and embodying that love that I have for my whole self, and for all that I am, and all that I'm connected to, related to, all that's part of me, all that all the love that is. So we did get to write down a few things and release some old beliefs, and bless it and give it back to the water. And it was like dissolvable paper that dissolved in water. So what I wrote down was, I'm letting go of my old distortions and my old beliefs that I had about myself, and I'm letting go of the belief that I wasn't worthy, because I am worthy of this love, and I know that I am. I know that I am this love. I am that I am that I am that I am. I am all this love, and I know that I am. So writing down new agreements and new choices and new words that are in alignment with that truth, that truth of who I am, that love that I am, that love that we are, and that love that life is, the love that she is, that she has to give, be, receive, and share, and free for all. Yes. For all and through all, in love with all. So I am worthy, I am enough, I am at peace, I am whole, I am held, I am supported, I am well, I am love, I am gentle, I am true, I am strong, I am loved, I am my own friend and beloved. I am this love. I honor all the gifts that have been given, shared, and received. I am abundant, fertile, and creative. I am enough, always. I praise, bless, and celebrate all the love I am. I thank all the love I get to be, embody, discover, share, receive, offer, give, and free. I am this love always. I am this love always. I am free to be. I am God's love. I am always. So that just was on a little card that I received with my little candle and my sun mirror. And yeah, little gifts that were being offered. And we also received a little smudge stick of Palo Santo, which I love that smell. It smells so good and so refreshing. And it just opens up that space too, and that purification. Yeah, just a reminder of who we are. That love and that purity and that perfect nature that we hold and that we are. And so I have this little blessing here too that I had written down for one of my circles. It's been here just in my little space. I'm going to read it. I am a blessing to the world. I am full of beauty, ravishing, astounding beauty, a delight in the universe, and my presence brings joy. I offer authentic gifts of love to everyone in my life. I am a blessing to this world. Yes. This world is a blessing for me. Yeah, to be a blessing. And we're all blessings. We're all blessings for ourselves and blessings for each other. Let's bless each other and bless ourselves. And bless this love and bless this life and bless this self. Yeah, that we are, that we've been, and that we will be, that we shall be. So, a couple things have been coming up for me in different awesome synchronistic ways, of course. I always connect everything, and it's just something funny that I do, and I choose, and I see. And yeah, it's been a while since I had made any small soul collage cards, but the day that I made this this new soul story board that I'm gonna share in the comments, it's just a couple minutes. Just wanted to show, yeah, some of the symbols and some of the images on it. I made this soul story board about what has been, what is, and what will be. And yeah, in that continuity, and releasing and making room for the space to receive the new, and the new being born through like this new space. Yeah, that's been made. Yeah, coming through, emerging. And so yeah, it's good. And I'm still like in awe of the beautiful images and the story that they're telling me and showing me about me and we, infinite me and we. For giving, for receiving, for being, for sharing, for living. All this love to be. Yes. So I made a couple of cards, and I want to show them to you. A white buffalo. White buffalo. White buffalo is very rare and is a symbol of hope and abundance. Buffalo is a symbol of abundance and generosity. And the words that I glued on here, yeah, I just kind of found, they just popped up for me, and I decided, yeah, I'm going to add these words. So what it says is, I decide my story. I am worthy. I am safe and protected. I am. I am worthy. And then there's another buffalo. It's a brown buffalo. And the words on here say, I matter. I release and let go. I show up. There's that one. It's a buffalo. And then there's this other one that I made. And yeah, I didn't really know what I was going to do with it. And this is what it is and what it gets to be right now. So I took it from like a Newsweek magazine. That was like from 2003. And I just think it's interesting. I'm still like integrating some of the lessons that I've learned about the masks that we wear, and the stories behind those masks that we tell ourselves, or maybe we're not even aware of, or maybe we haven't quite fully opened to, the reasons that we wear them, or been fully able to be conscious of the masks that we do wear. And a lot of it for me, like my old masks were like, a sense of control. Worn for a sense of control or a sense of self or an identity. And to cover up other things. To cover up other things that I didn't want to see or maybe even experience. Because it was hard for me to own and feel my feelings. And so what this says is I feel, own, and transform my anger. And I just did a lot of work with anger this last year. Because that was one of the hardest emotions. Like, to even know how to own, or to direct, or to honor, or to feel. And so, I did a lot of that feeling and healing, this last year. Because it, had so many opportunities and lessons and blessings come up to show me that I could, like, master my own energy and listen to what my feelings had to tell me and show me and reveal to me, and that there was a lot of gold in there for healing and for integration. And so I'll just leave it at that for now. Like, I'm going to share a few of those 3 cards that I made, and this beautiful board that's sitting in front of me. And if you're curious, you can look in the comment section, and I'll have a little video posted, a little link there. So what I did, I want to share was like this love, and actually this is really beautiful. Before I started my video, and I sat down and I flipped open this book. It's Mythic Astrology by Liz Green, and I flipped it open, and I flipped open to Virgo, page 78, and I just wanted to read a few things that this chapter has. It's the 4 elements and the sign of the zodiac. And so, it's interesting that we do have a connection to, like, the elements, and we can call on the elements, and we can command them in certain ways to help us create and manifest what we want and what we need and what we choose for ourselves, who we get to be, to help us with that, to help us grow that, and to help us nurture and nourish and honor all that. Virgo. This is pretty cool. And so I'll just begin. The virgin goddesses of myth were not virgins in the sexual sense. In fact, they were often portrayed as sensual and promiscuous. In Latin, the word Virgo means unmarried or self-possessed, and connotes not sexual purity, but a self-sufficiency, which made these deities eschew wifely roles. As mistress of herself, the virgin goddess belonged to no one, and therefore acted solely from her own will, rather than as the mouthpiece or consort of a male deity. The goddess Astrea, whose symbolism was exploited by Queen Elizabeth I as cosmic propaganda during her long reign, was known to the Greeks and Romans as the patron of justice and natural law, and presided over the orderly cycles of nature. Offended by the cruelty and boorishness of the human race, she abandoned the earth and withdrew into the heavens. Earlier virgin goddesses, such as the Syro-Phoenician Atargatis, were not so refined. They presided over orgiastic rites, dispensed their favors through temple prostitutes, and personified the fertile abandonment of nature. Yet, they too were virgins and gave themselves to those men or gods who pleased them rather than to those whom they owed a wifely duty. The virgin goddesses of nature is an ancient symbol of the inviolable integrity of the earth itself. Despite our endless rape and wastage of her natural resources, the earth preserves its mystery, power, and capacity for self-renewal. The landscape of Virgo is intricate, orderly, and subtle, and everything that grows and flowers within it can be used to benefit human life. Here are no garish dahlias or gladioli, but only gray-leaved herbs and plants whose roots and flowers can be distilled into remedies for illness and pain. Although the virgin goddesses of myth personify the untamed heart of nature, the earth, like them, is willing to be wooed and cultivated, provided respect is shown for its laws. Knowledge of how to utilize and work in harmony with the powers of the earth and the cycles of time is an important dimension of Virgo and reflects the sign's profound sympathy with nature rather than an attitude of conquest or ownership. The intricate tapestry of nature expressed through the individual characteristics of each species is reflected in the gentle rhythmic energy of Virgo, subtle, versatile, and always in movement. If one spends quiet time communing with the natural world, one discovers that even in the stillness of winter, there is tremendous activity everywhere. Worms tunnel into the earth, birds forage, insects of every variety propagate, eat, and die. Sap rises in bare trees, and winter flowers burst into life. Nature is never still, and neither is Virgo. Nature is also, like Virgo, eminently efficient. If a species proves unviable, it simply dies out, as the dinosaur did, and a newer, better adapted species emerges to take its place. The complexity of the life chain, whose extraordinary interconnectedness we are now only beginning to comprehend, is also portrayed by the landscape of Virgo, where every species relies upon another for its cycle of life. On the everyday level, the ceaseless activity of nature is reflected in Virgo's need to utilize time in the most efficient way. Those in whom the sign is emphasized must be active, and their energies and efforts are directed towards the ordering of their world. The eager acquisition of knowledge and skills ensures that time is not wasted and that results are useful and, if possible, helpful to others. So focused is Virgo on the rhythms of everyday life that it is sometimes difficult for people in whom the sign is prominent to lift their eyes above the rituals and routines of the immediate present to view and be inspired by the broader shape of the future. The ingenuity and creative versatility of Virgo are very great and are often expressed through a variety of skills and talents, but this sign belongs to the element of earth, and Virgo may feel vaguely uneasy creating art for its own sake. The fruits of Virgo's fine craftsmanship are more likely to be both functional and beautiful, and the first takes priority over the second. The ancient meaning of Virgo is evident in a deep dislike of feeling obligated to others, and despite Virgo's gentle and often self-deprecating manner, those in whom the sign is emphasized have an intense need for privacy and resent thoughtless invasion of their personal boundaries. Like the goddess Astrea, who withdrew from Earth because she found the boorishness of human beings intolerable, Virgo's refinement creates a sometimes excessive sensitivity to anything coarse or brutish, including the individual's own strong emotions. Thus, an emphasis in Virgo in the birth chart can reflect in rigorous self-control and a fear of feelings which threaten to disrupt the orderly patterns of life. Planets placed in Virgo will express their energies and drives in a subtle and self-contained manner. Even unruly planets such as Mars and Jupiter become more orderly and well-behaved. Virgo possesses cleverness, curiosity, and adaptability, as well as a profound need to experience and understand life in life's intrinsic order. If a strongly Virgoan individual is threatened by chaos, internal or external, he or she may attempt to reestablish control through logical analysis and a preoccupation with detail. This has led to the sign being considered overly critical. Yet a critical attitude presupposes an ideal against which flawed reality is measured, and as an earth sign, Virgo is too realistic to impose such ideals upon life. Discrimination, however, is Virgo's habitual defense against being overwhelmed by life and the need to sift what works efficiently from what is pointless or wasteful as a means of restoring order to the world. Some individuals in whom the sign is emphasized may find that their need for privacy and autonomy leads to painful feelings of isolation. Yet, because it is difficult for the sign to express vulnerability, the need for others may be demonstrated only through some form of practical service. The mythic relationship between untamed nature and the human beings who till the earth is a delicate one, easily thrown out of balance. Virgo may create its own prison through fear of violation. Yet, at its best, this sign radiates the serenity, integrity, and creative ingenuity of those ancient goddesses who stood as potent symbols of the order and wisdom of the earth itself. Wow, I really like that. And there's a picture of the Roman earth goddess Ceres, who was portrayed with the crown of ears of corn or wheat, reflecting her fecundity and her rulership over agriculture. And so there's some interesting, awesome things there that relate to some things that have been coming up for me, coming up for me. And yeah, I have been looking at this journal from last year. I started it in October and finished it January 3rd of 2020. And yeah, it's one of those little sketchbooks that I received in a class that I decided to choose for me, which was called Queen of Her Own Life. And it was given and offered by one of my friends that I met a couple years ago at Soul Collage. And yeah, she was generous and beautiful in the ways that she shared her gifts and offered these classes, and I was grateful that I was able to take 3 of them at the art studio with her. Yeah, one of them I believe was in June of 2019, and then the other one was in October of 2019, and the last one that I attended was in the middle of January in 2020. And so, yeah, it's just awesome, intuitive painting, just like an intuitive, yeah, expression, not going off like a picture or something that we have in front of us, but just doing a meditation and then expressing on the canvas what has come through. And yeah, that was really fun. We got to use some gold leaf and apply the gold leaf to the canvas and then paint over the gold leaf. And there was, yeah, certain messages that came through from that queen that emerged through my creative expression, and yeah, that wanted to share and be received and given and offered freely. And that class was called Queen of Her Own Life. And I started out this journal with a little poem. Queen of her own life, love of her own life, love for her own life, a gift for her to be, to offer, share, give, receive, grow, discover, honor, and free. To live, embody, cultivate, develop, allow, invite, ignite, share, welcome, and hold free. Queen of my own life, a just and wise ruler, a servant to love, devoted to her, committed to self-mastery and honoring all life, and inner alchemy, attention, intention, direction, into knowing, loving, being, honoring, freeing, expressing myself authentically, fully, and truly, in grace and beauty, pure truth, unfolding, unfurling, blooming, releasing, surrendering, receiving, offering, sharing, giving, living, being, freeing, all this love through me, for me, with me, in me, all me, we, she, and thee, through being my own queen, my beloved, and full true love for me and we. I like that. Queen of her own life. And I have my meditation written down, but I was, experiencing, seeing, and perceiving and receiving. And it was, really beautiful and awesome and amazing. And then I have like other writings about that too, about Queen of her own life, Queen of her own life, Queen of my own life, Queen of my own heart and my life. Let the rays of the sun shine through. The Queen of heaven and the underworld knows that all is needed to be whole. All subjects, aspects, characters, and parts are needed to pull off the play, to make it coherent and lively. If the villain and the village idiot were missing, it wouldn't be a complete and true play. So thank you for helping me see who I am through playing through all your ways, always. Black and white keys of the piano are all needed to play a true and full piece. So I allow all things to exist today, even my dislike of some of the characters or the expressions that they play, and that's okay. I'm willing to change my mind and open my heart to understanding me and what I need for my well-being, what I get to reclaim, unname or reframe, rename or allow, or refrain from, what I can change within me. I claim my ignorance, innocence, intelligence, and arrogance. I offer to love and receive, all with love, compassion, faith, mercy, and humility. Yeah, so I enjoyed, going through this and kind of flipping through, looking at what had been written and received and shared and given. I am willing to choose love for me. I am love and love is me. I am this love I get to be. I am this love I get to free, share, give, offer, live, be, and receive. I belong here. I am right to be me. My love is needed here. I am needed here as me. I am legitimate and I am right to be. I am right to be me, fully and freely. I am willing to show up and be true to me. I am willing to learn. I am willing to change. I'm willing to change my mind, my life, and my ways of thinking, speaking, operating, relating, and perceiving. I am willing to grow and free me to be. I am willing to learn to trust me and she. I am willing to trust life to take care of me, to provide for me, to hold and support me. I am willing to claim responsibility. I am willing to be accountable. I am willing to choose my love for me. Choose all this, that I choose this love for me. And I choose this love for me. I am willing to claim my power and authority. I am willing to claim my desires, my needs, my resources, abilities, strengths, potentials, limitations, all I need for me. I am willing to show up and be true to me, to this love, to my being, to my feelings, desires, needs, to embody my love and be love for and through as I am for all of me. So, looking at this about, what was experienced and given through last year and through the year before is pretty interesting, like looking at the cycles and the rhythms and the stages and phases of individuation and sacred alchemy and expression and growth and learning through all those cycles. That we go through. And celebrating Samhain at the end of October. And then, of course, there's always like the fall time and all of that richness and going into winter, leading into winter and those transitions. And the gifts, all the gifts that were available and they're always being offered. And just, wow. And seeing it now and just, how it played out and how beautifully it was given and received and shared with me and how I got to share it with others. And so gifts that keep giving for renewing, renewal, and longevity and through receptivity and regeneration. All those things. Where we get to direct and reflect and connect and honor all that energy, creative energy. So it was a real treat to go through journal and, yeah, see what was coming up for me and how it relates, yeah, to what is now, to what's being given and offered and created and manifested now. Seeds of intention, the new cycles for the new year and the new moon. And this is before, yeah, this is right before the 1st of 2020. Bringing it out. Love, authenticity, my note, my signature, my love frequencies. Integrity, humility, willingness, compassion, great love, agape, brotherly love, family love, attention, awareness, preparedness, trust, surrender, listening, remembering, receiving, believing, letting go, allowing, breathing, witnessing, breathing easy, relaxing, knowing I am safe, protected. Love is within me always, around me, surrounding me, all parts of me, all parts of thee, all parts of she, all love for me and we. Love in everything. The Mobius strip or infinity, figure 8, the womb, the heartbeat, the quickening, the awakening, the dreamers, dreaming, awakening, dreaming, dreaming a new dream, dreaming being, being dreamed, dreaming being, awakening, remembering and discovering, uncovering, recovering, loving, being loved, sharing love, receiving love, offering love, welcoming love, blessing love, thanking love, praising love, honoring love, being with love, seeing love, freeing love, loving love, being love, all is love. Be your love, be with love, be your love, and just be love. Yeah, it's cute and sweet and true and simple. And I had written down some questions and things that someone else offered, and I took them and made them my own, and I did a little bit of writing to release the old and welcome in the new last year. And there's just a couple questions. What are my commitments and new visions for this new year? What do I want to invite, welcome, nurture, and cultivate, grow, create, contribute to, offer, receive, be, share, give, free, allow, explore, and integrate? What am I ready to release or surrender? What am I ready to claim, reclaim, reframe? What am I willing to receive? What am I willing to show up for? What am I willing to know? What am I willing to honor? What am I willing to free? What am I willing to allow to be? What am I willing to receive to be this love for me? And yeah, there was another set of questions and an exercise. Here we go. So there's just some questions to look at and to review, and yeah, for continuity. So questions and investigation, intentions, invocation, blessings, oaths and commitments, vision, declarations of independence and belonging, innocence, and wisdom. So I'm really proud of myself and humbled too. It feels really good to show up for love and be true to myself and all I love. Yeah, being true. Belonging and contributing, serving, sharing, expressing, creating, learning, letting go, receiving, offering, connecting, reflecting, awakening, dreaming, allowing, and honoring everything. Singing, praying, sending out love, goodwill, blessings, gratitude, affection, and appreciation for all this love, always. And so here we go. What was the single best thing that happened this past year? And what I had written down was family, community, teamwork, building and bridging, and forgiveness, clarity. What was the single most challenging thing? Facing the underbelly and the sexual wound of the collective, making peace and looking into the shadows. Yes, that was the challenging thing. That was a challenging thing this year. What was an unexpected joy this year? Art classes and creating, discovering, and playing. Yeah, the art classes that I got to take and that I got to teach. So I got to offer. So I got to, show up and receive gifts that someone else was offering and sharing. And then I got to show up and offer my own. And that was amazing last year and continuing into this year too. And and certain things changed and transitioned, but yeah, it was exactly like all of it was love, you know, and it was loved and appreciated. What was an unexpected obstacle? And I had written down self-righteousness and opposition. And pick 3 words to describe this last year. And pick 3 words, that you think that your partner or a good friend would use to describe this year. And what I had written down was beautiful, playful, and generous. What are the best books that you read this year? And I wrote down In the House of the Moon, Dancing in the Flames, and Awakening the Soul. What was your biggest personal challenge or change? My biggest challenge back then was showing up as I am. Yeah. And that was a little less of a challenge this year. It was with practice and with play. It got easier and easier to show up. Just as I am, here as I am, right as I am, in all that I am, for all that I am. So it's pretty cool, like with practice and with devotion and dedication, or just a willingness to let go of some of those things, like be in the flow and just letting go, getting out of my own way. What was your single biggest time waster? And I had written down Facebook. What was the best use of time? I wrote all of it. What is the biggest thing you learned? Self-love and fullness. And so it's kind of nice to review and see that again. And I also might, choose to write some of those questions down again to review, what 2020 held. And all that was given and offered and received and shared and honored and released. I thought that was kind of fun. I like to do those little things for, just closure and honoring what has been given and letting it be and letting it be appreciated and honoring that value and, seeing the true value of all of it, that all of it, all that was given, all that was able to come in and through. And so, just writing a couple things this week. I've written a little less this week than I have for the most part. Been sleeping a lot, so. But there was a couple of things that did come up, and I just want to share. I wrote down just a little bit about my experience at the yoga gathering and the group that I was able to show up to and attend and contribute to, and just belonging and just being there, showing up as I am and as I was, just to be, so it was a place that I totally wanted to be, and so I chose that for me. January 2nd, 2021, we are this love we need for we. What a sweet gathering last night to welcome in all that we know. To welcome in 2021 and release 2020 and all that we no longer need to hold on to or carry. The giveaway gift ceremony was beautiful, and it was a way to honor all the love that has been shared, offered, given, and received in service to the whole and our integrity. Showing up and being loved through all these ways, honoring the value of true exchange, honoring giving through receiving and release, sharing, forgiving. Glad to have participated through all my ways of being, love choosing love and offering to receive. Love and alchemy, pleasure and sleep, and a little bit of overeating. Oh my goodness, ravenous munchy appetite for comfort food, comfort, sleep, rest, ease, security, allowance, love in all ways, experiencing always, open, receptive, allowing, fullness and emptiness, fullness, foolishness. And what I had written down on the 3rd was, how I enjoyed reading my old journal that I just shared a little bit about, and how I had cut out some pictures from some magazines and started a soul storyboard and Been feeling like visioning and envisioning new dreams for this new year and releasing the old to make room to receive all love that wants to share, live, express, create, experience, and be through all ways of being, learning, growing, becoming, continuity. And yeah, there's a little quote from my soul story board that I just made. What is coming is better than what is gone. And so thanking it and yeah, acknowledging that. And that's funny too, because I got this book from my aunt. She gave it to me for Christmas, one of the little gifts she shared with me. And I opened it before I got on here and flipped open to "Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened." Yeah. And so, yeah, just also, yeah, knowing what a gift it was. Of course, allow myself to mourn my losses or to grieve and to feel how I feel. But yeah, also acknowledging that I'm really grateful that I experienced certain relationships and certain friendships and certain dynamics, and grateful that for all that I've learned and for what it actually held for me, was able to give in and through all those ways. And so that's what I'm grateful for, and acknowledging that and appreciating the value of it. And yeah, changing my mind about, that it wasn't lost and it was received. And so now it can be let go of and released and honored fully. So that's what I choose for me. And then there's this: I am an artist at living. My work of art is I am an artist at living. My work of art is my life. D.T. Suzuki. And we can do no great things, only small things with great love. So there's a bunch of little quotes and stuff. 1 year wiser. And aren't we all? With every season, we can grow and evolve and expand and experience. Gain wisdom through those experiences. So I am willing to release and let go of all that I no longer need to carry. I willingly release all of these things to be right here with me. All this love surrounding me, here for me, within me. All love for us to be, and become through being awakened human beings. And so, see if there's anything else that wants to be shared. I have been having, different dreams, and just interesting little streams and themes. Oh, here's one from the other day, which I thought, was a little bit, it's just kind of weird, because you know how dreams are. But really cool, actually. I was having a dream about an underground network of these three plants: the beans, squash, and the corn, which are known as the Three Sisters. I believe to some indigenous Native American cultures, the Three Sisters: beans, squash, and corn. Those are like the staples, of that nourishing diet and of abundance. Beans, squash, and corn, the Three Sisters, and the roots and the underground networks, family ancestry and connections, community support and wellness, expansiveness, growth, nourishment, attendance, roots, plant, and fruit. Things growing but unseen until they mature and are nurtured and attended to. Seeds are dormant until they're planted, fertilized, realized potential. 1, 2, 3. Abundance is available. Show up for it. Believe in it. Believe in the bounty that can come forth through from within, naturally and organically, with community relations and personal intent, and in and through our own personal and collective journeys, together and apart. So, that's pretty cool. And then that was just like one little dream, and I just remember the roots and the way that the three supported each other. And then if you have three, then you have all, kind of a thing. So little interesting messages in there. And then I had another dream that was kind of interesting too. So what I wrote down were some keywords and just some things that I jotted down. So it was interesting, like in the dream, I could like mold and shape my hair and it would totally change my persona or the character that I was playing. And so hair changes, personas and characters, moldable, morphing, shape-shifting with scrunchy hair, changing the energy and personality, roles that we play at or through, roles that we play for each other and ourselves in and through this play, this grand play. There is hostility, judgment, resentments, projections, entertainment, entrancement, stories, assumptions, myths, and living vicariously to judge and see the story playing out and unfolding through this expectations, implanted scripts and beliefs about who we are and what we think and believe. It was set in an auditorium or a cafeteria. What are we agreeing to? What are we taking in? What are we viewing? What lens are we seeing through or seeing from? Assumptions being made about the roles being played. We see them as we are. And this is our hostility, our rejected and unacknowledged parts or aspects and archetypal patterns at play. I'm in a play of some kind and scrunching my hair, it changes me, or who I may appear to be or be playing at being. I'm in a role play for entertainment and learning or just for fun, or something to demonstrate how easily we can get carried away through our own stories and emotional pain or energy. We play our roles so well that we fuel our pain and we forget we're only playing at being because we get so carried away. So there's a friend of mine there in the audience with a bunch of people and friends and family and maybe others, and maybe others in my family, but I feel a disdain from the others directed toward me through certain roles that I play or I've been playing into. Lots of judgments, condemnation and self-righteousness, pride and vanity, false scripts, myths, projected fantasy, and ego agenda controls at play. Total assumptions, preconceived notions, and descriptions, themes given or assigned, or acting themselves out through archetypal roles, myths, and stories. Being rewritten and corrected as the story or myth plays out. It changes all of us and what we're thinking, what we're seeing. We make the rules. We choose the story. We play the story. We change the story. We are changed through changing our own stories or changing our minds about what we're actually seeing, viewing, playing, dreaming, changing, being, and creating. And so there is this feeling about my hair that I had. And I have no idea like why these messages were coming through, but this is what I got. There's this feeling about a cabbage patch, like a cabbage patch or a garden growing us. And I'm not sure if that relates to Cabbage Patch Kids, but it was interesting that the top part of the hair that was scrunched, like, changed. It was changing, and it would change the role, it changed the character, it changed the story and the appearance of what could be seen. Maybe the seen and the unseen working together as one through this great mystery, being played and playing through us simultaneously. Interesting indeed. I release all old attachments to roles, stories, identities, and beliefs, fear, control, resentments, pain, shame, and judgments. Yeah, all agendas. There were old stories that I resented being cast in or written into, maybe because some of the feelings or judgments that were attached to them, or to the identity or description of them, that led to condemnation and hostility, rejection, blame, pain, guilt, anger, and shame. Reopening the wound again and closing down, shutting down my heart center. These projections and resentments, a set of competition, comparison, judgment, nitpicker, villain, hero, savior, victim, judge stories. What's wrong and what's right? What's all of this we're playing at? And so there's some questions that I got to ask myself is, how do you want to experience your life? How do you want to claim, own, and create your life? How do you get to choose to live your own life? Or embody, experience, own, claim, honor your living expression of life? What are we choosing to enact, to embody, to express, to be, become, and recognize? What are we choosing to focus in on, to intend, invite, ignite, create, envision, show, and tell, bring forth or hide, deny, reject, or bury deep inside? What are we willing to awaken to, bring love into or through? What are we willing to release, free, or sacrifice? What are we willing to bring forth into the light? What are we becoming more aware of or more fully conscious to? So, good questions for me and for you. Yeah. If you want them, go ahead and feel free to receive them too. What is unfolding through your life? What is being expressed and becoming manifest through your stories, through your life, through